Planning for what's next. Let's assume you have a 4-year DA, or you are a 4-year DA. And wherever you are in that process, plan, plan, plan now. Develop your plan for what's next. I might sound like an idiot, but this comes from long experience of leaving it to the last minute. Not deliberately. I'm not doing, I've never done it. You don't do these things deliberately, but you can often look away, and before you know it, a year is gone. Before you know it, 2 years is gone. So this is why I started off with the eye rolling, please make a note, track your success, have a roadmap for your skills and so on. It will, I know it sounds weird and it sounds slightly eye rolly. Do I need to? Or yes, I'll definitely do that. Right. But planning for what's next, I think this is very much, of course, your responsibility and nobody else's. The company will use you as it sees fit. So they've committed to the 4 years, and of course you are an employee, so theoretically, all things being equal, you will continue to work there. What's your plan? What's your plan? Are you staying? Are you going? Are you staying for a year? Are you required to stay? Are you meant to stay? Do you want to stay? Can you see opportunities for development where you are? Often you will be on rotation. So rotating through, right? Hopefully you're on some degree of rotation. That's quite useful because it means you don't get too bored in some crappy department for too long. Worst case is you are assigned into the corner to some crappy department in the middle of nowhere physically. That's a difficult one for 4 years. That's a difficult one. You've got to bring all your energy, all your enthusiasm and ingenuity to make sure that you're getting all of the benefits there, right? So it's everything I've been saying, whacked up to even higher factor of effort and energy. Now, where do you want to go next? And I think it is very helpful to start thinking about that as soon as you can. Have opinions. Start trying stuff on. What would you like to do next? What are other people doing? Do you remember at the beginning I was talking through, from a networking standpoint, internally, make sure you connect with your peers, your DA peers, graduate peers. Make sure you're watching what's happening to them, right? What are they doing? That can begin to give you some inspiration, and it can also begin to give you some warnings, right? Oh dear, they all seem to go there, and I don't want that. Good, okay, factor back now. You have early warning, because they're the year ahead, or 2 years or 3 years ahead. What are you going to do about this? And this is now, we come back to then networking, relationships, connectivity, adopting projects, volunteering here, doing this. This is why and how you can begin to influence what's happening next. A lot of individuals I'm speaking to have this underlying assumption that they will be told the answer. It's very, very dangerous, that. No. Rarely are you going to be told the answer. In fact, in many cases, if you have to be told what to do after year 4, having completed your DA, if you have to be told what to do, that's a problem. And occasionally you see this a lot with graduates in particular, where they've done their 18-month rotation, or they're 15 months in, and they're busy speaking to the HR and saying, so 15 months, we've got 3 more months, so, and the HR is sitting there going, yeah, what? Graduate saying, but so what will I be doing next? And sometimes that can be one of the most uncomfortable conversations that graduate will ever have about their career. When, if the graduate wasn't thinking, if they weren't plugged in, if they don't know how it works in that particular company, all companies are different, but if they haven't been planning, often what happens is the HR goes, well, you've got nothing. No, says the graduate. No, I've got no. Cool. All right then. Where have we got space? Okay. There's an industrial estate somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and there's a small team there doing nothing interesting. You over there, done. And you go, wait, no, done, happened. It's happened. There's your assignment, done, move, see you later. Now, I'm being dramatic. That I have seen this happen quite often. So plan. Talk to HR. Talk to your HR colleagues. What could you be doing? What should you be doing? What does happen? What are their expectations? What are the senior execs saying? What are the years above doing? What are your peers feeling? Are you staying where you are? Do you want to try the green grass elsewhere? Sometimes it's really good to move. Sometimes it's really good. Remember, you've got 4 years experience. You come out of this, at the end of this, you've got 4 years experience. You're eminently employable. If you're working for a big, well-known brand, and typically speaking, these DAs are for institutions that have enough money to offer a DA or a number of DAs. So usually they're quite reputable brands. So usually you're going to be in a very good position. You'll have 4 years of experience. You can watch what's happening to the years above you, and you can begin to plan, but plan as soon as you can. Right? Start taking conversations with recruiters. That's a whole other thing. If you need any help, just drop me a note. But you can start to take conversations at the right time. And the right time might be year 3, year 3.5. Take some conversation with some recruiters. Hi, look, I'm just coming to the end. What's your perspective? What are you seeing? Go and have a look and see what your peers in other companies are doing. Remember the ones that you've been playing five-a-side football with. Remember the ones you're doing the wine club with. Or remember the ones you went to the event with and blah, 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 right? Those ones in other companies, what are they doing? So this is why you want this network. This is why you want all of this connectivity, so that as time is moving, you can begin to see what's happening on LinkedIn. You can literally go and look and see what DAs in other companies are doing, and in your company what they're doing as well, if you don't know them, but ideally you're connected to them, okay? So plan. Don't assume the company will do anything. And I think, look, it's probably healthy to assume that you won't have a job after the DA. Now, look, I am not suggesting that for a minute. Okay, I'm not suggesting that would be the reality, but I think it's a useful exercise to say, okay, that finishes, right? So what would I do? Now, there is a reality, right? Having finished this, what are you going to do? Now, often we in the company are going, that's a great DA. That's a really good one. She came in, he came into the team. Yes, they were rotated. That was annoying. Sometimes we'll try and stop the rotations. If we like you and you like our division or department, we'll try and keep you, right? And other times you have to be moved on, but we'll keep an eye on you, and we'll be making sure that we like you, we like her, we like him. So in my planning for who I'm going to be hiring over the next year or so, I'll have 2 spaces, 3 spaces. They're the DAs that we're going to bring in from the DA program once they've finished. For example, now, how do we discover you? Well, maybe from rotation. Maybe we find out about you from your volunteering work when you came into some weekend stuff with us when we're testing some system. Maybe we find out about you from the comic relief thing that you were helping. Maybe you met the senior exec and they've been mentoring you. Blah, blah, right? So it all connects. So plan. Do one thing with your mentor. Be crazy. Don't be normal. Don't just do the normal thing. Ask your mentor, and you just say, look, what's the total opposite? What would be the complete opposite? Right? Ask your mentor. Ask it, look, what would be the opposite thing? Look, I'm probably going to go and join that team. But look, for the purposes of discussion, what's the opposite? What's something stupid to do? What's a crazy thing to do? And see what your mentor says. Right? And try it yourself. Okay, so what's the opposite? If I'm going to join that team, the opposite would be leaving the company. Or it would be approaching him or her and seeing, are they available? Or, oh, should I do that? Right? So just challenge yourself to think differently. And you don't have to take the path well trodden. That doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. Remember, most of your DAs, most of your colleagues are on autopilot. Year 4 above you when you arrived is in autopilot. Year 3, year 2, year 1, the graduates are on autopilot. Most people are on autopilot. Okay, they're just going through the motions, not thinking, and then the thing hits them in the head. What are you going to do now? Oh, geez, quick, that one. I don't like it. I don't want it. I didn't want it. I don't know what I want. I haven't thought about it, but that one, because it's there and it's safe and I've got it now. Done, right? That's often, people might hide it. That's actually what's happening, typically speaking. So don't you be one of them, right? Be specific about what you'd like to do. And if you don't know, ask. Use your network. Have these conversations now. Begin to speculate. Begin to talk. Ask HR. Ask your friends in HR. Ask your peers and colleagues and your other mentors, official, unofficial. Right? This is why we want all of that network to be there to serve you, to help you unofficially, typically, sometimes officially, but to help you decide and think and plan about what you want to happen. Now, once you're thinking, once you're beginning to solidify that as an objective, I want to join this team. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Okay, factor back. Now factor back and think, okay, so what has to happen? Well, I need to improve my relationship with her. I need to improve my relationship with him. My friend so-and-so knows them very well. I'm going to speak to her and see if she'll help. I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to speak to them. I'm going to try this. I'm going to speak to HR and see if, there's a job opening. I'm going to try and apply for that. Or even though I'm not technically allowed to apply for it, I'm going to put my oar in anyway. I'm going to speak to HR and say, look, I am interested. Just doing this kind of stuff can really change the game, right? So, can I say every success to you? Let me stop there, and I've got my final video. Okay.